The Indiana Fever thought this season was supposed to be different, with Caitlin Clark arriving as the biggest rookie women's basketball has seen in years. Expectations weren't just high, they were sky high. Fans expected wins. They expected excitement. They expected a franchise transformation. Instead, what they're getting is controversy. And after the Fever's latest disappointing performance, a question that started as a whisper is getting louder every single day. Is everyone inside this organization actually on the same page? Because right now, the basketball might be the least controversial part of the story. The frustration started almost immediately after another tough night for Indiana. What should have been a routine post-game discussion quickly turned into another round of debates, arguments, and finger-pointing across social media. The final score wasn't even the main topic. Instead, fans focused on everything surrounding the game. The coaching decisions, the rotations, the body language, the reactions, and most importantly, what all of it might mean for Caitlin Clark's future with the franchise. For many fans, it feels like every Fever game has become more than just a basketball game. Every substitution is analyzed. Every timeout becomes a talking point. Every quote is dissected, and that pressure isn't slowing down. If anything, it's getting worse. One moment in particular grabbed everyone's attention. During a break in the action, cameras caught what appeared to be a tense exchange between Clark and head coach Stephanie White. Within minutes, clips began spreading across social media. Some viewers saw nothing unusual. Others immediately viewed it as evidence of deeper frustration. The truth is, nobody outside the team truly knows what was said. Competitive players and coaches argue all the time. It happens at every level of sports. But when you're Caitlin Clark, ordinary moments don't stay ordinary for long. Every interaction becomes a headline. Every expression becomes a theory. And once that clip started circulating, the conversation exploded. Fans began asking whether Clark was frustrated with the team's direction, whether the coaching staff was frustrated with Clark, or whether everyone was simply frustrated by losing. Unfortunately, nobody could agree on the answer. And that uncertainty created the perfect environment for speculation to grow. But the bench exchange was only the beginning. Soon, attention shifted away from the court entirely and toward the front office. Specifically, General Manager Amber Cox. Over the past several weeks, some Fever supporters have become increasingly vocal about the organization's decisions. Everything from roster construction to communication strategies has been criticized. As tensions grew, social media interactions involving team leadership began attracting attention. Some fans interpreted certain responses as dismissive. Others believed leadership was organization against unfair criticism. Either way, the reaction was immediate. Suddenly, the front office found itself at the center of the conversation. And that's never where an organization wants to be. The best front offices usually operate quietly behind the scenes. Fans talk about the players. Fans talk about the coaches. But when management becomes one of the biggest storylines, it's often a sign that frustration is building. And that's exactly what appears to be happening. The problem isn't that everyone agrees. It's the opposite. Nobody agrees on anything. Some believe the Fever are doing everything possible to build around Clark. Others believe the organization still hasn't fully adjusted to having a superstar capable of changing the trajectory of the franchise. That disagreement has become one of the defining themes of Indiana's season. And nowhere is it more visible than in the debate surrounding coaching decisions. For weeks, fans have questioned substitution patterns, particularly when Clark leaves the floor during key stretches. Critics argue that removing your biggest offensive weapon can disrupt momentum. Supporters of the coaching staff counter that rotations are far more complicated than fans realize. Managing fatigue, defensive matchups, long-term health, game flow, those factors matter. And coaches often see things that viewers don't. But here's the problem. When a team is winning, nobody cares about those explanations. When a team is losing, every decision becomes controversial. That's the reality of professional sports. Results determine perception. And right now, perception isn't exactly helping Indiana. The criticism didn't stop with substitutions.